Tonight's episode of SCNS Live is dedicated to the life of Lenny Robinson, otherwise known as the Route 29 Batman. A man who spent a large chunk of his time making children in hospitals happy by being the Batman that not only they, but we all deserved. We hope that in his passing and the celebration of his life and the deeds that he did, others will step forward to continue his legacy. We will miss you, Lenny.
Hey everybody, welcome to an all-new episode of SCNS Live.
Woo!
Yeah! We're here.
Yeah!
Now we
What
started
the
off
deuce?
on a somber note because we wanted to extend our condolences out to Lenny Robinson and anyone who knows, loves, family, friends, everybody.
The lives he touched.
That's right. But we have a show to do, so we're going to get right to it. So, I'm Matt. That's Rob.
Hello.
He's on the camera with me today. Over there, that's Jason the Yaks.
Is it December yet? I need Star Wars in my life. Need it! I'm good.
Toys come out sooner.
I know.
Yeah.
Just a few days.
All right. So, and then right over here, we've got intern BC.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The champ is in the house. Still got my belt. What's up? Tag champ. MPX this weekend. It's going down.
It's literally the only thing he ever cares about. So, coming up on today's show, we have a whole lot of D23 to talk about. That happened this past weekend, and there's a lot of awesome news that just came out of Disney, as well as we have movie talk. We're going to be talking American Ultra, and we're going to be talking about Hitman Agent 47. A couple of us saw that this past week. And we're even going to be talking about some channel control and about some tips on what you can do to maybe cut the cord. But before we get to all of that, we're going to start off with some super cool nerd news.
Ladies and gentlemen, your super cool nerd news is powered by Cinelinx. Cinelinx.com, your one stop for your news, reviews, editorials, and more. Starting it off, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. We are dominating the news stories with all of the Star Wars stories, starting with Rogue One, a Star Wars story. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, this cast photo has finally been revealed, and we get to see everyone who's actually in the movie. Finally! And it looks dark. It looks gritty. It looks like a band of rebels who are going to steal the Death Star plans. Keeping up with Star Wars, Jason has emptied his entire savings account. That's right, his wife thinks that he's planning on leaving her, but in actuality, he's just preparing.
It's
for
not
Force
all of it.
Friday. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Force Friday will be September 4th, and we will be getting these Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens playsets. That's right, they're all coming out. But don't get ahead of yourself, because that's not it. No, sir. We're also going to be getting this leaked photo of the Star Wars Black Series figures that was leaked earlier today, and that's just more that Jason had to go sell a kidney for to make sure he can get them all.
Wasn't his kidney.
Moving on, leaving Star Wars, we have some Fantastic Four news. That's right, a description of the scene that was so prominently shown in the trailers of Ben Grimm the Thing dropping out of a plane has finally surfaced online. However, no one really cared. Batman is something we do care about. And all of us who have spent the last month and a half, 2 months living and breathing Arkham Knight, we're starting to maybe get Arkham Knight fatigue. No, sir, you're not, because downloadable content is on its way, and it's the Dark Knight Tumbler. That's right, folks. the violent, vicious, incredibly awesome Batmobile tank is coming to Arkham Knight, prepared to stay in Gotham for a whole lot longer. And on some sad Batman news, Yvonne Craig has passed away at the young age of 78. This one really hurts. She was best known as Batgirl from the 1966 Adam West Batman series. I always used to love watching when the opening segment would come on and you would see her riding the Bat bike, and you always knew she was going to be there and it was going to be a good episode. Yvonne will be missed. And I guess, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for our super cool nerd news. For all these stories and more, keep it on Cinelinks, Cinelinks.com, your one stop for your news, reviews, editorials, and more. Gentlemen, what stands out to us about these stories and more?
Okay, well, clarification. Like Rob said, it wasn't my kidney, and it's not all of my savings, just a lot of it. Okay, for me, of course.
That was really cold, by the way.
Look, you'll be fine with one. Don't worry about it. Anyway, of course, the biggest thing to me was more toys to review. So in the first 5 figures, we got Kylo Ren. Sorry about that. For the first 4 figures, we got Kylo Ren. We got Finn. I can't remember her name still.
Daisy Ridley. I don't
Daisy
know
Ridley's character.
I
have one
forget
over there. I'm
the
good.
character's name.
Daisy Ridley's character. She comes with BB-88, and of course we get a Stormtrooper and Chewbacca. So, yeah, and the Chewbacca's a repaint, but still, it's new figures, and I'm going to get them. The other thing that was important was the Star Wars Lego sets. Should I announce we're possibly going to be getting some Lego sets from Lego? Stay tuned for that. It's going to be awesome.
Wait, you know what?
No, they want us to do this.
I love when he says, we're getting Lego sets. No, you are getting Lego
Hold
sets.
up. Do y'all even love Legos like I do?
We all love
yeah.
Lego.
Everyone look. Everything is awesome.
So how about I get the Lego set and I review it? You son of a
Everything
bitch.
is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is
By the
awesome.
way,
We'll talk about that
Daisy
anyway.
Ridley's character name is Ray.
Ray, God, I never can remember her name.
Yeah, that's right.
Everything is cool.
It's like, why don't we just call her Solo? I mean, I'm just saying.
What?
I'm just saying, why don't we just call her, Solo? I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, God, it's not December yet. Anyway,
It's not December yet.
of course, it's hard to lose 2 prominent people from the Bat family this week.
Yeah, that's a sad coincidence, but
This is a depressing episode.
It's worth noting that Lenny, he spent like $25 to $30K a year just on stuff to give away to kids in hospitals.
That's awesome, man.
This guy-
It's hard.
But you know what? I look at it, it's going to inspire a lot of people
it is.
to want to do this. I mean, we have our own Batman here, Mr. Dan Madsen, who got the Trident Award at Comic-Con this year, who does that same kind of work. And I hope a lot more people will step up just to fill this void that's left.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I can look at and say, it's going to be a good thing. Somebody's going to step up because real heroes exist.
These are the people, like you said, like these are people that you should look up to. These are the heroes that we really should be, glamorizing a little bit more because they're doing the things right, and it's one of those things where you really want to follow in his footsteps and donate to charity a little bit more. I gotta say, for me though, probably the biggest story of everything that BC brought up was probably the Fantastic Four. Okay, I can't.
Thank you.
Nice try. No one cares.
Fantastic Four, such a terrible movie.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Which, thank you guys for all those views on that one.
Thank you. Yeah, that was great.
And the comments. I love the comments. Even some of the people that were kind of mean and saying, stop doing this, and the people that jumped in her ass, thank you.
That's
You
YouTube.
guys are awesome.
But
YouTube always does that. There's
I love the trolls. The trolls are so fun.
But
Even
honest,
if they like a video, they'll come back and just be like, "This was shit. I hate this video."
But honestly, clearly people want more movie reviews from us, so that's something that we're going to be providing more of in a playlist on the YouTube channel, so look for that soon.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it for news. That's probably all the biggest stories that we had coming out this week. So let's go ahead and move on to some channel control. And now we're on channel control. Yay! It's easy. It was pretty seamless segment we did right there.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I liked it.
I like that transition. So, today, as I said previously in the preview, we are talking today about ways to cut the cord.
Yep. Now, for a long time, there have been people who have been out there saying, you know what, cable companies charge too much. I don't want to be paying $200 a month for something I'm not watching all the time. Because, you know, you have to be at home to watch your TV.
Yeah.
And there are alternatives out there. Now we have things like YouTube and a multitude of different video channels out there.
Yeah.
But we're talking about actual entertainment shows you want to watch and things like that. And we're going to start off with one of the big three, I guess you can call them. First one, Netflix.
Yes. Netflix is huge.
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple years ago when Netflix was, when they lost Starz, because Starz got greedy. They were in a little bit of trouble. Stock started falling. People started bailing and all this stuff like that. And Netflix rebounded. They're like, you know what? Take your movies and go. We'll find content. And I get sick and tired of people saying, there's nothing to watch on Netflix. There's nothing to watch on Netflix.
There's plenty of TV shows.
I always find stuff to watch on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they recently raised their prices from about $97 a year up to, what, 107?
Yeah, it's about 107.
Something like that?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's still...
That is still less than $1 a day for the year.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about, okay, it's $107 a year. Some people pay $107 for shitty-ass cable.
A month.
I'm talking like some basic shit.
Yeah.
So
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I pay about $140 for satellite, and it's not fun. But then again, I'm a huge football fan, so it's not like there's really a way for me to watch it outside of
that does
TV.
suck. And you know, I'm one of the people that got rid of cable in favor of Netflix and all these different things. And what I realize is when I'm watching football, I'm never at home anyway. I'm at a bar, so I didn't really see the point in $140 a month. Whereas I can spend less than $1 a day and get Netflix. They've revolutionized everything with their own series and stuff too now.
Yeah,
and how we watch television.
yeah,
we don't watch.
I mean,
nominated for Emmys.
I was about to say,
winning.
Yeah, Emmy-nominated shows. I mean, you've got House of Cards. You've got Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, Orange is the New Black.
Unbreakable Kimmy
Daredevil.
Great Daredevil. Yeah.
And more Daredevil coming up, and Jessica Jones, and it's just so much stuff to watch.
Plus the possibility of the Cinelinx exclusive story of a possible Star Wars series on Netflix.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
not possible. It's happening.
It's happening. It is.
You know, I
happening.
never really added channel control, but did y'all know that Daredevil has been the #1 series on Netflix until just now House of Cards finally knocked it out?
As well, it should have been.
Well, it took House of Cards to knock this thing out. So
Yeah, I mean,
it should have taken Jessica Jones to knock it out.
Well, yeah, that's going to be
true.
good.
And then when Star Wars comes out, nothing's going to touch it. So the next one you have is Hulu.
Hulu, yes. Now, Hulu started up a couple years ago. I don't know if... I'm not sure if they were before Netflix or right around the same time. Yeah, well, actually, no. Netflix was doing more DVDs. They were just mainly DVDs.
Yes,
They weren't doing the home video stuff.
Right.
But Hulu came along, a combination of Fox, ABC, Disney, and... can't remember the other station.
NBC's out there too.
NBC.
Yeah,
Okay,
NBC.
NBC. Yeah. So a lot of the shows on there are going to be from those channels. They're about $7 a month, and I think at total cost for the year is $99.
Yeah, it was about 95.
95?
Yeah.
Okay, $95 a year. Even less than cable.
My problem with Hulu though is that the commercials.
Yeah.
And you know, when you used to pay for Hulu, when you paid for their Hulu Plus, you didn't have those ads. It wasn't until recently that they started.
No, that's not true. It wasn't
No,
recently.
but, yeah,
it was
Because when I first got but when I first got Hulu, when you paid for it, it was you got to watch the shows without ads.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the only thing that you're able to do with Hulu Plus is watch it on your phone, watch it on some sort of device, or and also you get to see TV shows quicker. You can
Yeah, they come out like the next day rather than a week
or
later.
you can see certain series, you know, like the full series because you have that Hulu Plus access. Otherwise, it would be one of those things where you couldn't. Like I think The Strain was one of those that you could watch the full series if you had Hulu Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are quite a few shows they have on there where you can watch the entire series if you have Plus. If you don't, you can watch like 5 episodes at a time, and they'll go through the whole season. Then they'll kind of start over again. So they just keep rotating those shows.
My problem too is that like they play the exact same ads per show. So it's like if I'm watching Venture Brothers and then I watch something on NBC or some NBC channel, it's going to be different ads, but you watch it over and over and over and over. So I had to take a break from Hulu because I couldn't deal with it. I started memorizing all of these commercials while I'm watching Venture Brothers. And so I'm sitting there watching live TV, and this commercial comes on, and I just recite it word for word. And my girlfriend looks over at me and is like, "You need to stop watching TV."
And I don't get it because sometimes I'll turn on. I watch WWE Raw on Hulu, and sometimes I'll turn it on and it'll have the ads, and then sometimes I'll turn it on and it won't have them. It just skips right over them. And I don't know how they distinguish when it has it and when it doesn't. It's weird.
I've never seen that one.
It only happens to me on WWE, and it's always when I'm like watching it and I come back to watch it again later.
Okay.
It no longer has the ads. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I've had something of like that, but I actually had the reverse. Like, if I ever watched The Daily Show or anything that was Comedy Central related, they gave you that option to watch like a trailer or do some sort of quiz or something like that, and then you get free, no ads throughout the entire time. And I'll leave it, come back maybe like an hour later, and now the ads are back because that promotional thing went away. So Hulu's a little fickle like that.
It's a little. I mean, me personally, I got used to commercials. I don't mind watching a commercial. I know people who hate them.
I've gotten over it.
No, I don't mind commercials. I don't at all. Like, and it's only 3, so it's not bad. But sometimes it's 5, and you're like, really? Come on.
Oh yeah, I really hate when it's like a minute and a half of them.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. It's just whenever it's the same commercial over and over again, variety is the spice of life.
Okay. All right, so let's move on to our next one. Amazon Prime, which is $99 a year. And you're basically paying for Prime to get your packages quicker and stuff like that, and said, hey, since you're paying that much money to get your packages in a day or 2 days or whatever the hell it is, here's a video service for you, and it's basically just like Netflix. Some of the movies are exactly the same, but Amazon Prime gives you a whole lot more stuff. They give you the current TV shows as they come out, except you're going to have to pay for those. Mm-hmm. Now, their interface is a little bit tricky. You have to find the Prime stuff, and you have to look for that Prime marker, signal, whatever.
The insignia.
The insignia, yeah. And, I mean, sometimes you may see something that, I just want to watch this, and click, and you just bought something. Mm-hmm. So they are a little tricky, and like I said, a lot of their movies are exactly the same as Netflix. They do have some of their own, like different movies or original content, but it's really not that much. If you want to have it, I mean, if you're gonna buy stuff from Amazon all the time, go ahead and get it. But if you have Netflix, you really don't need it.
Yeah, I haven't bought Amazon Prime, mostly because I don't really shop on Amazon that much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I'm Jason where I'm constantly like on there and buying like every single toy that's ever been in existence. But he's now fondling his toys. So anyway, so I haven't really gotten into the whole Amazon Prime phase of it all yet. I mean, it's kind of surprising to me that it's $99 a month or a year.
A year.
I don't know. To me, it's not worth it because there's other different programs out there that I could use.
I mean, like I said, the thing is that the whole interface is tricky, and if you give your kid a remote and they're just going through the smart TV, we got Amazon Prime, I can watch whatever. Click.
Yep.
Then you get a bill for like $75 because they watch the whole season of whatever.
Yep. See that I can't do either because I don't know. And all right. So then the next one you have is Crackle.
Yeah, Crackle started out as a little video service some guy started just to put stuff on, to put large video files online, besides using YouTube. It was called Grouper, and it was bought after a while by Sony. So this whole thing is backed by Sony. Unfortunately, Sony didn't really market this thing properly.
Nah.
However, Crackle actually has some really good movies on there. They have some original content that's pretty good. They had one with Angel of Death when Zoe Bell, the stunt woman from Death Proof, got big. She had something on there as an assassin who was shot, attacked, whatever, and left for dead, and then she came back and killed everybody and tried to kill her.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, there's Crackle, and Crackle is free. But, you know, you got to deal with commercials and whatever. Well,
I mean, and limited content. I mean, it doesn't have as much content as Netflix or Hulu or anything like that.
It does not. It's
but
very limited.
We have 2 left. Let's kind of like go fast through the next one because it's a rather new one, and that is CW Seed.
Yeah. The CW Seed is based off of CW's, their own online service or whatever, where they're putting original comedy content there, and they have every episode of What's Your Line?
Whose line is it anyway?
Whose line is it anyway? Yeah, whatever. I don't watch it. But they have everyone there. The American series, if you want to watch it, go there, watch it, enjoy it. I did see, the only reason I found it is because they had the original Flash series from the 90s, which was like, whoa, wow, okay, yeah, I gotta watch this. So I've been watching that recently. They're also doing, BC mentioned that they're going to be putting on Vixen.
Yeah, they got Vixen.
The animated series.
That's going to be solely on CW Seed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we know if they're planning on getting an app that you can get it on the phone, or is it always just going to be on the website? Because, I haven't seen much on it. I don't know how it's going to work. I just know the first I ever heard was when they announced Vixen. It was going to be on CW Seed, and I didn't...
Yeah, I honestly didn't look myself. I just saw it, so it's brand new. Right now, as far as I know, it's only on your computer. So if you travel with your laptop, whatever, you can still watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure by the time Vixen comes out, there will be an app because you know that's going to be their main cash cow for using the CWC.
That's also the big thing about what I'm telling you about. Everything that we're talking about here is stuff you can take with you. If you have cable, paying $20 a month, you got to go home to watch it.
That's not necessarily true.
Well,
yeah,
you can watch some of your live TV away. Like DirecTV has that way of doing it, but you can't watch everything.
Yeah, and I have my parents' AT&T Uverse on my Xbox in my place.
No, don't talk about that. Okay, so our last one is HBO Now. Now, if you have HBO, you have HBO Go. You've known everything about that.
Yeah.
HBO Now is just a standalone service that HBO gives you, which is the same as HBO Go.
It's exactly identical to HBO Go.
Thing.
It's just you pay, you don't have to buy the monthly subscription while using a cable feed. And blah, blah, blah.
Now, isn't HBO Go going away, though, in the next year or so?
Not that I have heard.
From what I heard was that's why they rolled out HBO Now, is because HBO Go will be going away within the next year and a half or something like that.
Dude, that is not what I heard. What I heard, the reason why they put it out there is because
you know what, I can't remember where I read it. I just know that someone was telling me that because I had HBO
that's
Go.
not even the story.
We had to have somebody who doesn't know anything. I was actually going to say, I was actually really impressed with Rob for doing it once. So I was like, and then here comes BC, like, by the way, HBO Go is going to go away.
I didn't say it was going to go away. I asked because I had heard that. I don't know if it's true or not. There's things on the internet every now and then, and I'm like, well, is that true or is that not true?
What did you find out from Vinny on the block?
The reason why they started it is because a lot of people, like we're talking about, were cutting the cord.
Yes.
And a lot of people also said, hey, if I could pay you guys and just watch Game of Thrones, or at the time True Blood or whatever the TV show, I would. So give me a service that I can watch it, and I don't have to get cable. That's what they did.
But the problem is now is that annually, this is the most expensive out of all of them.
Yes, it is. This one is about, $179 a year.
Yeah.
Which, if you have a good cable package with HBO anyway, you're probably paying that much every month.
That's about $15 a month, yeah.
So, it is more expensive than the rest, but if you have all that stuff, well then,
kind of just deal with it. Yeah. But that's about it.
Yeah.
I would say our only advice to you would be don't get HBO Go or don't get HBO Now. Go HBO Go. Just get a buddy's password while you still can, because apparently it's going away. But anyway.
Speaking of Stars Play.
Oh, Stars Play is great. So anyway, that's it for channel control. Now we're going to shift our focus over to the big screen and talk some movies. And the first one we're going to talk about is American Ultra. And for that, we've got Rob and we've got BC, who both watched it, and we've got me, who did not. So I'm going to step aside.
Now, Rob and I have not insanely different opinions of it, but a little difference of it.
Slight differences.
Slight difference. I liked it. I thought it was a fun film. It tells the story of a stoner played by Jesse Eisenberg and his girlfriend Kristen Stewart. And back in the day, Jesse Eisenberg was a secret agent, or not a government agent that had been brainwashed, and his handler activates him when the government agency is trying to take him out. And a lot of craziness ensues. I thought the tone was all over the place. It had some funny parts. Kristen Stewart, who out of nowhere has emotion and facial expressions.
Not true.
And acting. It was so weird. But, I mean, it's funny. It's got a lot of funny parts. I just thought it was kind of a mess in the script. Rob, your opinions?
Okay, well, I also liked it because Jesse Eisenberg. Freaking love this kid. Awesome actor as far as I'm concerned. And what made it better was what BC mentioned. Kristen Stewart was freaking great. I couldn't freaking believe it. I guess making all those Twilight movies and Snow White or Sleeping Beauty, whatever the hell it was, gave her all the practice that she needed to gain a freaking emotion. So, yeah, she laughed, she cried, she shot the toaster.
It's just, some of the jokes fell really short for me. And sometimes it was trying to be a stoner movie, then it would get really serious and be a spy drama, and then would go back to random comedy. And Topher Grace, who's a lot of fun to watch while he's in the movie, seems like a cartoon and completely out of place. So it was just a lot of different directing problems that I had with it. But it's still a fun and decent film.
See, I don't think that Topher was out of place in the whole movie. I mean, he had his part. He was the villain.
Yeah.
So I kind of understand what he's talking about, being this cartoonish character, but he was the villain. And the thing about it being disjointed for you, it was, see, I saw it as he was this person for so long, they wiped his memory and implanted this life in him, that once they activated him, he was still breaking out of that. So at one point he was goofy, then serious, then goofy, then serious, and then, until he became the agent that he's supposed to be. And
he's really good at it. Jesse Eisenberg is really good at it.
He is good.
It's just I just didn't like the tone. I felt like they didn't know where they were going with it. I felt Bill Pullman felt out of place too. His character was overly serious, and Connie Britton's entire storyline felt jumbled and from a different movie. So I just felt like it wasn't made well, but it's still fun to watch.
Okay, well, that's his take. You've heard my take. That's how it goes.
Next up, we have a film that Matt got to go see, which is Hitman, Agent 47, which is a brand new take on the video game classic. We've already seen one Hitman movie with, what was his name?
Timothy,
yeah. That one was, yeah. And Matt, what'd you think about this take on it?
Well, I would say that the version that Timothy Oliphant did was a lot more. I don't think they knew what they were doing. With this one, I feel like the character or the new actor who's playing Hitman actually did a really good job with him. He had that quiet kind of, I'm going to kill you without saying too many words. And that was the problem that I had with Timothy Oliphant. He talked too much. Versus this guy, it was, for the first half of the movie, he didn't say a single word, or if he did, it was maybe like one line, nothing really, and then he killed people, and it was great. However, what I do not like about this movie is that I actually only liked the first act. After that, it became more of, it kind of became awkward in a way. they didn't explain things. They kind of just went from one way to another with making you assume what was going on. And at the same time, it was just the action became a little bit worse. The first part was great. It started off really well. You had all the aspects of a typical Hitman video game. And, you had traps. You had just quiet. Like I said, he had that quiet killer demeanor where he is using stealth to kill everything, and he is so smart to where he traps a guy without doing anything more than just planning everything 2 steps ahead of that one guy. And then when he's trying to escape, the way he kills everyone is fantastic, it's amazing, and I loved it. And then they introduced the girl, and it all kind of just spiraled all down from there because it all became about, why is she important? What's this about her? Is she great? Is she not? Who's the guy that's trying to protect her? It was just this weird story that I just didn't really like because, again, they didn't really explain anything. They just kind of went with it. You kind of had to just go with it and deal with whatever the consequences were. Then, toward the end of the movie, it gets awkward because they reveal a big twist. And so now the dynamic between the guy and the girl is a little awkward. So now a Hitman and this girl, the tone was kind of dead at that point. There was no more momentum. It just kind of died. And then it moves on to another part where now there's another twist. And they don't explain it at all. And then they end the movie. It's a really weird movie. It's one that it's hard to grasp at times because, again, there's no explanation. They don't take the time to, when they talk about one character, really go into why that character is important. So I personally wasn't a big fan of it. I don't think it's the worst movie. It's no Fantastic Four by any means. But it's one that I wasn't really a huge fan of. And it's like, I left the theater going, well, it's a movie. And that's about all you can really say about it. It's an August action film, and it wasn't that good.
So I guess
and the CGI wasn't good either.
So I guess it's safe to say that Hitman Agent 47 is not the turnaround for video game movies yet.
No, God no.
All right, well I guess
there's still quite a ways to go with that. I mean, you figured out comic books. Figure out video games.
I guess we'll have to keep hoping that World of Warcraft and Assassin's Creed save us.
I think World of Warcraft will do a good job.
I think it will too.
I'm a little nervous about Assassin's Creed though. I like Michael Fassbender, but I'm a little worried about that one.
Yeah. So okay, those are the movies we have coming out. We have Hitman Agent 47. We have American Ultra. We also have Sinister 2 coming out this week.
Yeah.
So that's a good little horror franchise they have going.
The Boogeyman.
Box office. What are we thinking?
Well,
who's taking it?
For me, I would say that. Let's go over who's still in there. Who could still.
You can't count out Straight Outta Compton.
No, Straight Outta Compton. That still has a lot of momentum. It's still going to be there. I think it could be number 1 because it's still one that a lot of people want to watch. They're big fans of Ice Cube. They want to see NWA back in the day. Plus, there's been a lot of great reviews for that movie.
It's probably my favorite movie of the year now.
See, there you go. I would say that Mission Impossible will still be in the top 5. Mm-hmm. I'll say Sinister 2 will probably be in the second spot.
And you're thinking Sinister 2 is taking 2?
Yeah.
Oof.
It's a horror film.
Yeah, they make good opening money.
Exactly. That's why I'm thinking that it'll be number 2. I would say American Ultra maybe number 4 with Hitman being number 5.
So you're putting Mission Impossible at 3.
Yeah.
That's almost what I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Straight Outta Compton takes 1 still.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna think because Hitman is an action film, because Hitman it has a little bit of a following to it. I think Hitman's taking 2.
Ooh, that's high.
I don't think it's gonna garner 20 million or anything like that. I'm thinking around 15.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think Mission Impossible will take 3, sticking it around 11 million, maybe a little less. Edging that right under it about 10 will be Sinister 2.
Okay.
And American Ultra around 8 to 7 million will be number 5. So that's going to be my thoughts.
I look forward to finding out what happens on Monday, and
Always love the box office.
yeah. 'Cause I'm actually really upset we're not doing a bet on this right now.
We can't do it. We can't do you and me on the damn Punisher wheel every time. Someone else has to do the damn Punisher wheel because you got freaking. I hate you.
Hey, there's still 9 other ones for people to pick.
I hate you.
Hey, you picked the wrong one. You picked it.
Picked the wrong one.
You picked it. I was looking at one and I was like, you should pick that one. And then you don't pick that one, you pick another one. And then it happened to be the good one.
We going in. Shut up. I don't care.
You still owe me money.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. All right. So that is it for movie talk. When we come back, we're going to talk more about D23 and all the news that happened and our favorite parts of everything that Disney had in store for us. But Jason brings us his picks from the rack.
Hey guys, it's Jason the X, and no, I'm not doing one of those straight out of wherever you're from pictures from my Facebook. It's time for picks from the rack. Let me start this off by thanking you guys because we're almost to 1,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. Appreciate it, guys. So first up this week is Justice League number 43, and it has Batman with a Mobius chair, which seems totally unfair. However, this is part 3 of the Darkseid War, and it's pretty much the prelude to the Anti-Monitor and Darkseid going head-to-head. Pretty much a battle of gods. It's pretty good, and it's got some cool bonding time by Superman and Lex Luthor, which, you know, you never see these characters like this, and they do have kind of that, you know, symbiotic relationship in a way. Good book. I really like where the Darkseid War is going, and I'm not going to miss 44, because that's going to be the knockdown, drag-out battle. Also this week, Kanan the Last Padawan, number 5. And this takes us full circle from number 1 when we start learning about Kanan's past as a Padawan. And, you know, our last issue hit, he was captured by some clone troopers, something he actually knew. And where it goes from there is really good. I like that this is pretty much the end chapter, and now we're going to actually start seeing him interacting with the crew. Because this is a whole new universe for me to read stories in. I liked seeing Kanan's backstory. It was tragic, especially just what led him up to the point he's at. This was a really good book, and if they release a trade of 1 through 5, I definitely recommend picking it up because it's a good storyline. Also from DC this week, Secret 6 number 5. Why am I reading this book? Because Gail Simone's writing, and if you're not reading her work, you're missing out on some great stuff. So, we're getting closer to the team figuring out why they were locked in that big box that could have been flooded with water at any minute from issue 1. Big Time and Catman got some issues to work out in this book. And, you know, we got introduced that the Riddler had a lot to do with that. So, they're pretty much wanting answers, and they're going after the man himself. Really good book, and I'm glad that we're actually starting to see them kind of in action again, up against a real nemesis. This is a good read. I can't recommend Gail's writing enough. We love you, Gail. And finishing off, Star Wars number 8. Yes, I know 2 Star Wars books in 1 week. You know why? Because Marvel released them that way. Anyway, so we've got Luke looking for more answers to the Jedi Order, which I really like this because, let's face it, Luke kind of went from being not knowing anything to kind of knowing something with Yoda to being a Jedi Master. This fills in a lot of the blanks. And also we get back to Han and being confronted by his wife. So, yeah. I actually believe Han in this story because he's totally trying to defend himself from the accusations. And Han's a scoundrel, but you know what? You want to root for him this time because he really gets treated poorly. But he kind of deserves it. Hey, it's a good book. I love reading Star Wars stories, and it's not December yet. But yeah, Star Wars number 8. Anyway, guys, that's my picks for this week. Make sure you check out more articles on Cinelinks.com. Check out the Father Gamer podcast, and make sure you check out SCNS Live. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and until next week, guys, I'll see you at the rack.
So that is picks from the rack, ladies and gentlemen. How great were those comics, Jason?
Actually, the big shiner this week was definitely Secret 6, but I'm biased because Gail Simone is such a fantastic writer. She could literally write My Little Pony. I will read it just because she's writing it. I don't care.
He'll also read it because he is, in fact, a brony. That's right, folks.
No.
Anyway, moving on to our big discussion of the week and not letting him just debate that. We're going into D23. That's right, man. D23 happened. It's Disney's version of Comic-Con. It happens once every 2 years, and this past weekend was their big showing. A lot of news came out, and we're starting with Kingdom Hearts 3. they have announced that San Francisco, the world of Big Hero 6, is coming to the game. How excited are we for this, guys?
Dude, I'm jazzed for this. I'm just ready for Kingdom Hearts 3 to come out, man. This is awesome news. I'm really excited about this. And what's more about this is the fact that it's a continuation from the first Big Hero 6 movie. So you remember in Big Hero 6, whenever Baymax was in the other dimension, the Void.
I cried.
Yeah, you were crying, right? Well, the main bad guy is basically going to grab that Baymax, use him, create a heartless version of it, so it's a dark, evil version, and that is going to be the enemy in the Big Hero 6 San Francisco world in Kingdom Hearts 3, and that's awesome!
I mean, geez, we've been getting stuff for Kingdom Hearts. We've been teased with Kingdom Hearts for years now. It has been way too long for the next of that. Oh God, I'm gonna have to get a PlayStation.
No, it's coming out on Xbox One as well.
Oh, thank God. Oh, I got scared there for a second.
Yeah, I want, they don't even have a release date. I want a release date.
Don't you just love?
It's turning out to be like the freaking the Tom Clancy's whatever the hell that game is, The Division, where it's just a series of scenes and it's not actually a video game. It's just trailers of video games.
You gotta love Disney and how they're like, hey, how excited are you for this? It's coming. It's coming. We're not telling you when.
Shut up, BC. I don't love anything until I get a release date.
So in more news, it opened up on Friday with in the movie news, and Hall D, I believe is what they call it. They opened up with Pixar. Now, coming from Pixar coming out, they brought out Gigantic, which will be
cool.
It's going to be their story of Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yep, Jack and the Beanstalk.
Disney Pixar's take on that entire story. So that's going to be fun. Finding Dory was released. They brought out Ed Neal. He's going to be in it, as well as Ty Burrell. See, I'm great with names. Let me tell you about it.
Is this channel control? I wasn't sure. Are we still doing channel?
No, we're talking D23.
Exactly.
No,
Marvel and
Family
DC's
Cast.
SVCC.
I'm messing with him. Because there's a running theme that when channel control happens, somebody screws up a lot, and that is him.
So on top of that, we also have The Good Dinosaur. We finally got some footage from it. It looks like it's going to be the story of a boy and his dog. However, this twist on it is the dinosaur is the boy, and the boy is the dog. That's right. What happened if the meteorite never struck the Earth? Find out when Pixar releases The Good Dinosaur.
Or maybe it hasn't yet.
Or that cloning thing I'm working on finally works. I would never clone against state, local, and federal laws.
What does it have to do with anything?
Sorry.
What?
On top of all
I
that,
don't understand that.
So weird.
I am.
It's so weird. I don't even get it. Like, he's talking about a freaking dinosaur and a boy, and then here you come with that. No, don't. We're saving those for after.
Okay.
Come on, stop that.
Okay.
and
Plus, Jason Pierre-Paul lost 2 fingers in a fireworks accident. All right. So anyway.
as well from Pixar, one of probably arguably the greatest trilogy ever made, the Toy Story trilogy, is getting its next installation. We're getting Toy Story 4, which will follow Woody and Buzz as Woody has fallen in love with Bo Peep, and the duo must go on an adventure to find her. On top of those, the only thing we didn't get, we got posters for Cars 3 and a poster for The Incredibles 2. They didn't give us any news about it. All they gave us was posters. What of these? What about Pixar? What are we loving, boys?
We're loving the fact they're making Incredibles 2, which is the best Fantastic Four movie that they've ever made.
That's actually true.
Yes.
It really is.
Except
it has
there's
been
5 of them.
It's been 10 years. Well, the Fantastic Four always had Franklin Richards, their son.
Oh.
However,
In the comics. Though.
it's been 10 years. Actually, it'll be 11 years before we have seen this.
God.
It has been 11 years since
been
Incredibles.
11 years too long, man. I still watched that movie. That movie was great, the first one.
The same thing can be said for Finding Nemo.
I was about to say that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Finding Nemo, the fact that that's been so long, and there's been talks about doing a Finding Dory movie for a long time, and now they're finally doing it, so that's exciting to hear. I gotta tell you, the one that I'm I'm pretty excited about as well is Toy Story. Like that third one, that was
it's pretty, so good.
That was pretty good. But Toy Story 4, I'm excited about. However, the description that BC gave us, so the synopsis of this movie, Woody falls in love with Bo Peep. Dude, seriously, like, bro, you've been in love with her for like 3 movies. Like, now you're figuring it out? That doesn't even make sense.
I was genuinely sad on 3 when you found out that Bo Peep was gone and not in the group. I was like, what? What they give it? Oh, okay.
So I'm excited to see where they take it. Where because it seems like the story came about when they were just sitting around spitting ideas, and it just came to them, and they said, "We have to do this." So their enthusiasm makes me excited for it. But I still worry. I don't want that Indiana Jones 4. You know,
I don't think
this
they
is
would.
yeah.
I mean, because there hasn't been a bad Toy Story movie.
True. Well, moving on from Pixar, we're going on to Disney Animation, where they brought The Rock to the stage. That's right. The Rock is joining Disney Animation. We'll be doing the voice of Maui in Moana. Did I get that? Did I get it?
Oh, yeah.
Moana, I got it. I was so worried I was going to screw that name up. All right. On top of that, Zootopia, which follows the world of animals. And it's not like animals in the people world. It is their world, the world they live in. It will follow the story of a bunny trying to become a cop in Zootopia when all the cops are rhinoceros and hippos. But she thinks that she can do it. She comes in contact with a very sly fox, voiced by Jason Bateman. And together they have to solve a crime of a missing, it's either a missing seal or a missing otter. I don't remember which one it was.
I know one person that's excited for otters.
They sent, they sent the animators to the Wild Kingdom to study the animals and get how they want them to animate them. Then they said, that's not enough. Go to Kenya. They sent them to Kenya to study animals. So that this story, so they can get the animations right on these guys.
I'd be like, just send me to a zoo. I don't have to.
Exactly. Well, this is
I'm
Disney.
good.
So, Moana, Zootopia. What's exciting?
Well, we were talking about Moana, the recap a while ago, and I actually liked the storyline. I mean, we did kind of see like a Hawaiian kind of islander thing with Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
So they don't disappoint on these kind of movies.
Yeah,
so,
but they haven't done like a sequel to Lilo and Stitch. So, or if they did, it went straight.
Well,
to
they did
DVD.
They did the TV series too.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that they're finally getting back into that Hawaiian theme, and I think it's cool.
They did beautiful animation on the movie, so yeah, I'm all for it.
I love the idea of Zootopia. I think that's hilarious. I think it's awesome. The fact that a bunny is trying to be a cop with a bunch of rhinoceroses is awesome. I am so into that. I'm really into that. I like
they said there's also they showed a scene where they go to the DMV of Zootopia, and apparently it is freaking hilarious. And they say that the exact animal that you think would work at the DMV is what's working at the DMV, so I'm going to call it now. It's going to be a sloth.
Yeah.
Like, that just makes sense.
That's the best.
So moving on to Saturday, we went to live action. Disney live action, Disney proper. They started out with the sequel to the sequel to Alice in Wonderland, Through the Looking Glass. Looks like Johnny Depp's coming back as the Mad Hatter. All we got was the poster. Following that,
Is he going to have that lisp? That's what I want to know.
Probably.
Hello, Alice. How are you, Alice? Let me put a hat and you get some tea. Alice. I love you, Alice.
They moved on to Jon Favreau's The Jungle Book, which I hear the footage was amazing. Not to mention that they announced that the entire thing was shot in Los Angeles.
Wow.
So
really?
So the fact that it's as amazing as they're saying it is cool.
Wow.
I hear that Christopher Walken is playing King Mowgli or King.
Nice.
Oh, what's the ape's name?
I don't remember.
Whatever the ape's name, the king. Mowgli's the little boy.
Yeah.
And ScarJo is playing the boa constrictor.
Oh, cool.
And Bill Murray is Baloo.
Ah.
So that is awesome.
I would have said John Goodman, but
yeah. They brought up Beauty and the Beast. They showed some behind the scenes footage that involved Josh Gad and Luke Evans singing the Gaston song, which apparently they sang pretty well and is a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to this. There's been some fan art of Emma Watson as Belle, so I think the cast is amazing. I cannot wait to see this.
And every lesson should be covered in hair. Love that, dude.
They then went on to Pete's Dragon, and they brought out Bryce Dallas Howard to bring out some noise in the movie. They're bringing in Wes Bentley and Robert Redford in the classic Mickey Rooney part. So that's going to be exciting. I loved Pete's Dragon. I grew up on it. A dragon. I swear I saw a dragon. Love it. Anyway.
See, all we're doing now is just singing these.
Exactly.
I know.
It's what we grew up on, and I'm excited to see it again.
I almost started singing Bare Necessities over here on the Jungle.
We just saw Jungle Book. It's like, look for the bare necessities,
the simple bare necessities.
Now they ended the Disney live action by bringing out Johnny Depp in full Captain Jack Sparrow garb, eating grapes, handing them out to announce that Pirates of the Caribbean 5 is officially on its way, and Will Turner is coming back.
Thank God.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going back to what made it great. They're bringing back the original cast. Hopefully we can get back on track with the first one.
Yeah.
Guys, what do we think?
I love Orlando Bloom. I love the idea that Orlando Bloom is coming back to this. It was long missed. I mean, you had at World's End, or was it at World's End, or was it...
At World's End was the third.
Yeah, I can't remember the other one.
Oh, on Stranger Tides.
On Stranger Tides. And that one just, it didn't feel like a good Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Like, they didn't have the dynamic that you had of Kate or Will and whoever Keira Knightley was. But like, I'm really excited for the fact that Davy Jones is coming back, because that is who Will Turner became. So I'm excited for that. I also, the Jungle Book, man, they've been working on this one for a while, and so I didn't know that they actually did it all in LA.
Yeah, that's what's crazy.
That's really cool that they did that well with a live action movie in LA. I'm excited for that one.
Moving on, they brought out Disney Marvel. And in Disney Marvel, they brought along some Civil War, it wasn't really a trailer, it was kind of a sizzle reel.
Yeah.
You got to see them fighting. There's apparently a scene where Black Widow and Hawkeye are fighting each other. And Black Widow looks at Hawkeye and goes, "We're still going to be friends after this." And Hawkeye goes, "Yeah, dinner on Saturday, right?" I don't know how I feel about that. I want them to be at ends. I want them to be fighting. Maybe it's just out of context. I don't know.
I heard it was a different line that he said. That it was like, "We're still going to be friends, right?" And he said, "Depends on how hard you hit me."
See, the story I read, the people that I saw that were in there said, he goes, "Yeah, we got dinner on Saturday, right?"
Maybe it's two cuts.
This
Yeah,
wouldn't
maybe.
the whole situation wouldn't impress Natasha. She's seen governments fall and rise.
Yeah.
That kind of thing wouldn't impress her at all.
But look, I want these guys to be fighting. I don't want this to be a training session. Come on, fight. Following that, they had some Doctor Strange, where Kevin Feige said that they didn't have any footage, but you can't come to D23 and not show something. So they did. They took all the concept art and put it together in a trailer with music and all sorts of fun goodies. And it looks like they're going to be following the story of the animated Marvel story of Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, the animated Marvel film, is probably one of the best that they have done, and I love this story. I'm really excited for this. They also had some shots of Benedict Cumberbatch. Obviously, he couldn't be there, so he kind of filmed something and was talking to the crowd a little bit. It wasn't really anything, huge. But I love this storyline, the origin story of Doctor Strange. He injures his hands. He spends years and all of his money trying to find a way to fix them. He goes and he finds apparently Tilda Sweeney now, and she's going to fix his hands, and it's great. It's going to be awesome, and I'm so excited for Doctor Strange. That one is going to be good, and I love the fact that they are following that story.
And as we open the show tonight with Star Wars, we're ending the show with Star Wars. That's right, they finished out D23, bringing out Star Wars. Now, while as Kevin Feige said you can't come to D23 without showing something, apparently you can. Because Star Wars didn't show anything except for the cast picture. No footage, no trailers, nothing. We got the cast footage. What else did we get there? We got Colin Trevorrow will be directing Episode 9. The scoop that was shot by Heroic Hollywood has been confirmed. Colin Trevorrow of Jurassic World coming on. And as well, the biggest expansion of any Disney park ever. They're bringing out in Disneyland and Disney World Star Wars parks. All the bars are going to have Cantina themes to them. There's going to be the Cantina bands there. Everyone's going to be in character all over. You're going to be able to drive the Millennium Falcon, or fly the Millennium Falcon. I guess you don't really drive it. But we didn't get a release date on when they'll start building and when we're going to open. But I'll tell you what, a Star Wars park, I am excited. How about you, Jay?
Yeah, I'm going. A life-size Millennium Falcon that I can walk into and exist in for any period of time. Yeah, pretty much. This is going to be my summer.
Oh,
and,
God.
I have children. Yes, I have an excuse. I mean, I'd love to take them and let them see it.
What's even more exciting to me is this is what I want. I want a speeder bike ride, one that you're racing through indoor on those on the speeder bikes, or maybe even a pod racing game, a ride. So many capabilities, so many awesome things that could come out of it. But that's D23. I guess. What y'all all think about D23? Comment down there in those comment section, and we're gonna move over here.
Because it is time to close out this episode 21. And want to say real quick, our YouTube channel just reached over 1,000 subscribers. Thank you everyone out there who subbed to the channel, for watching our videos, for liking them, for commenting on them, for disliking them. Thank you guys very much. And we got little things here we're going to go ahead and just...
1,000!
Do I have another one?
Woo!
Yay!
I want to make sure I don't.
I got on the ceiling fan. That's awesome.
Bad
Hold on. I got like 2 more. You want one?
No, I want one. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. What's wrong with this one? Oh, there we go.
That's what's wrong.
I thought it was a dud.
So loud.
I love the smell of gunpowder.
Thanks for the tinnitus. Bump.
It's like bubble wrap to me. Well, it's a mess over here now. Anyway, thank you guys very much. Make sure you thank you for subbing to the channel. It's youtube.com/SCNS Live. Go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/SCNS Live, and follow us on Twitter at SCNS Live.
That's right. And don't forget, guys, you got to check out Cinelinks.com. We are powered by Cinelinks.com. And for all your news, reviews, editorials, and more, and including the recap, which we will be doing shortly after this.
You guys need your new thing.
Oh, right. Yeah. We also have a brand new sports podcast called Nerd Interference, where pretty much changing the ways you know everything you think you know about nerds, because we like sports and we want to talk about it.
And speaking of sports, if you're free Saturday night, go out to MPX and Justice for All. Great matches. Going to be a great show. Let me tell you about it. Tag champ right here.
And our buddy Jedi Cole is doing a swap meet over in Arlington this week.
That's right.
I will be putting it on the Facebook page. Make sure you check that out if you're a toy collector. It's going to be awesome.
That's Saturday, right?
This Saturday.
That's
Yes,
Saturday.
over in Arlington.
All right.
I'll post all the details on our Facebook page, so make sure you go over there and check it out.
Cool. And I guess that's it.
That's all we got.
Thank you for helping us hit 1,000. Let's get to 2,000 now. All right.
Anyway.
Keep on nerding.
It smells like your girlfriend.